Arsenal was simply sensational. Bukayo Saka, unbelievable. And West Ham United absolutely capitulated. We are now going to speak to Daniel, the West Ham fan. Daniel, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm not bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I imagine that I'm feeling slightly more upbeat than you. That was a shocker, wasn't it? That will be a historic result for Arsenal at your stadium.
Yeah, disappointed is an understatement. Got to say that I think J-Lo's got to go. I can't see where we're going with him. I can't see what direction he's taking us. But at the moment, he's taking a stand. But you know, I think Graham Potter should step in.
You want Potter? See, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird, Daniel. I feel like you've almost been done. Like West Ham United fans have been done a massive mischief by this appointment. Because when you were saying that you wanted David Moyes out, when West Ham United fans had that banner in Fulham away, I think it was, Craven Cottage, the David Moyes out banner, just before you won in Prague, what you were saying to the board was, give us someone young, someone exciting, someone progressive, someone who chimes with the West Ham way and all of that. They ended up giving you Lopetegui, and as a result, it's made you look reactionary. People go, you wanted rid of Moyes, now you want rid of Lopetegui. Whereas the reason you want rid of Lopetegui is because you never wanted somebody like him appointed in the first place. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, 100% correct. I thank Molesy for what he'd done. He got us a trophy, you know, but I think he'd taken us as far as he could. I think it was time for the change, but I don't think J-Lo was the right change. And that, like, you know, and I mean, can I just add as well, what I'm finding just a little bit funny is that I know the Arsenal fans, they run fair and square, you can't, you know, you've got to admit that. But if they think they've got no total track, like, back on just because they battered us West Ham 5-2, I wouldn't get too excited about that because at the moment it's not hard to beat us.
Yeah. Do you know what I think it is though, Daniel? I think it's cumulative for Arsenal fans. Any buoyant Arsenal fans that are currently in your periphery, the reason why they got such a spring in their step is because of what they did today, but it's cumulative. It's what they did to Forest. It's them what they did away in the Champions League at Sporting, and it's combined with what they did today. So I do understand why they're starting to feel a bit chipper.
Well, I mean, once they start beating the teams in the top six in that type of form, then they'll understand.
Yeah. So what you don't, despite what you saw today, you're not having them as title contenders?
No, for me it's Man City, hands down.
Still City?
Yeah, because I think Liverpool have that blip yet, and you don't know how they're going to react when they do have that blip.
Arsenal 2 points above City currently.
Yeah. I mean, I just think when City go on a roll, you're not going to stop it.
Fair enough, Daniel. I do hugely appreciate your call, and we're going to now speak to Mike, another West Ham fan. Mike, you're on talkSPORT.
Hello, fellas. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, not too bad. I watched the game. Just a very quick summary. We got battered by Arsenal. Deserved win. I think I want to talk about something a little bit separate, though. The game seems to have died a little bit in terms of, I used to really, really love, even as a West Ham fan, I used to love watching Arsenal. When you can go back to the Wenger days, Invincibles, Pires, Henry, Vieira, etc. I can't get my head around, and it frustrates me so much how many glass players we've got in today's game. And maybe you can try and explain why that might be. But it's with Arsenal today and other teams. Every single touch on a player, whether it's a toenail or a slight tug on the shirt, they just go down, clenching their ankles, their faces, and it just winds me up. I don't know if you guys watched the game or saw it, but it seemed to be happening every other second of the game.
No, Mike, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, the histrionics and the drama associated with the game is certainly something that I find frustrating. But it's something that we just have to acquiesce to, isn't it? It's something that we have to accept as football fans. It seems to be happening in every single game across every single league.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Do you think it's killing the game? I think it's ruining the experience of watching football. I watched that game and I'm thinking Arsenal are playing some lovely stuff. We're getting battered, fair enough.
I didn't necessarily feel it today. To be totally frank with you, Mike, I did enjoy the game that I watched today. Don't get me wrong, I certainly don't enjoy watching Arsenal win games of football, but I did think that the game flowed quite nicely and the game was certainly worth watching. I do, however, agree with the point that you're making more broadly. I do think that football is struggling at the moment. I do find it, like, I hated lockdown football. I hated what it represented. I think VAR is a massive issue. I think these these referees, and you look at some of the decisions even today, like the referees just seem so unfit for purpose. So I do think that there is a lot going on, but today I annoyingly have to acknowledge I just thought that Arsenal was sublime today. Some of the goals that they scored, that little chip through from Martin Odegaard for Saka, the finish from Kai Havertz. I just thought even from your side, even that ball through from Paqueta before the Wan-Bissaka finish, I did think that there was a lot to take from that game of football that was beautiful, and part of the reason I love the game so much.
No, I do agree. Do you think the Saka penalty was legit? I think he cheated the ref of VAR a little bit there.
I mean, I think it was a foolish challenge. I think the referee got a lot wrong. But, you know, if from a West Ham perspective, we're going to focus on that, we have to talk. You know the goal that you scored, the Emerson Palmieri free kick, gorgeous free kick as it was. Have you seen the decision to give the free kick?
No, I haven't actually. But I am an advocate of towards West Ham as well. For the second free kick that Emerson took, Paqueta went down way too easily.
Yeah, no doubt, and it is important. It is important to acknowledge it both ways. But trust me on this one, Mike. The foul and the referee's position to witness the challenge from Declan Rice to win the ball fairly in what resulted in West Ham United scoring a goal. I mean, if anyone has any reason to be feeling slightly hard done by or out of luck with regard to referees, despite their victory, I promise you it is Arsenal. But Mike, I massively appreciate your call. Thank you very much. We're now going to talk to Danny, the Arsenal fan. Danny, you on Cloud 9?
Hi, Rory. Yes, mate. Yeah, I didn't actually see the game. I've been driving across the country all day. So I was
That's right. You listen on talkSPORT?
On talkSPORT? Well, yeah, I was listening to the game day phone-in with Cundy and O'Hara, and every time an Arsenal goal went in, it was just beautiful. But then there was a slight bit of PTSD when West Ham got the 2 goals back, and I went straight back to that Newcastle game in my head. So I was getting a little bit nervous.
Yeah, it does feel. Do you know? It was the first thing that came back to my mind. Actually, the second that went in, you immediately start thinking about what happened at St James's Park, the day that ended your title race that season.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Honestly, I think if we hadn't have got that 5th goal right at the end there, I think we could have had a very different second half. I think because those Arsenal players would go in there and, you know, maybe that played on their mind, and I think West Ham go in with the confidence. So that 5th goal was just put my mind at rest. But,
no doubt. But do you know what I think we have to acknowledge? We have to acknowledge the wherewithal and the minerals from Arsenal to get that extra goal. Like it did. It was a statement, wasn't it? To not just go into half-time at 4-2, to make sure that they went in totally in control.
Yeah, that's it. That's the mentality, the difference in the mentality in this team now. These are not little boys anymore. Like these are like men now coming into their prime, and you know you can sense. And actually, I think in a weird way, us like sort of chasing from behind is probably better for us, because you know we had that season where we were 9-10 points clear, and then we did choke, admittedly, and then last season we were neck and neck with City, and that didn't work. So maybe this is the way to do it.
That's an interesting angle, Danny. That's an interesting angle. Do you think that there could be something more beneficial about Arsenal potentially being the rather than being the hare, being the hound?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think especially with these players, I think they're not quite at that top level. They're getting there, but I think this could be the season where we chase down. We've already been written off, so a lot of the pressure is off of them in a weird way, and you can see that the way they're playing now. They're just playing like they've got nothing to lose, and then I think you're right, though. I think we need City to win tomorrow, but we don't want City to get any confidence. So like an ugly 1-0 own goal, last minute ugly win. So they win it, but they don't feel good about it, and it's a terrible, boring game that ruins everyone's Sunday. Yeah, no, Danny, I think you're completely right. Although, do you know, sometimes I have to kind of reevaluate. The reason I love doing this show so much is hearing everybody's opinion. And basically, until you said that, everybody seems to think I'm wrong. I'm trying to look at the Premier League table through the lens of an Arsenal fan. And when I look at it, I think that they need something to stifle Liverpool. It's not about Man City winning. It's not about wanting Man City to win. It's just about somehow needing to claw back points on Liverpool. And Liverpool going 9 points clear, symbolically 9 points clear, beating Manchester City in the process. That's way too intimidating for you, I think. Yeah, no, absolutely. And especially because we only drew against Liverpool at our place, so we've still got to go there. We need someone to do Liverpool at their place and just put them back in their box a bit and bring them back into the mix and make it a 3-horse race again.
I completely agree, Danny. That is an excellent call, and I do think that there's something in that. Arsenal being the hare rather than the hounds could benefit them massively.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.